for combating those crimes. And in September last year, during our annual conference in The Hague in Holland, I was elected as Secretary General of the International Association of Prosecutors. It's a full-time job, so I left the Dutch prosecution service. The former Secretary General was Henk Marquardt Scholz, and maybe you will know him. He did this job from the start of the IEP in 1995, and he did his job in a splendid way for more than 15 years, and he retired on the age of 65. The International Association of Prosecutors, which is a non-governmental and a non-political organization, is the first and only worldwide organization of prosecutors. It was established in June 1995 at the UN offices in Vienna and was formally inaugurated in September 1996 at its first general meeting in Budapest, Hungary. And the main impulse leading to its formation was the rapid growth in serious transnational crime, particularly drug trafficking and money laundering and fraud. And the need was perceived for a greater international cooperation between prosecutors and for greater speed and efficiency in mutual legal assistance. Asset trafficking and other international cooperative measures, and it went from a dream to a driving force. Individual membership of the IEP is open to lawyers who are or have been prosecutors. And organizational membership is open to prosecution services, associations of prosecutors, and crime prevention agencies. And in only 15 years, the IEP has grown to include individual and organizational members from over 140 countries in the world. The organizational members, which are drawn from every region of the world, represent over 250,000 prosecutors. And the IEP, with its members in all continents, seeks to bring its activities to all continents. And in addition to these regional conferences, we have held 15 annual conferences in almost all parts of the world. The conferences have concentrated on subjects which are of paramount interest both to individual and to organizational members, such as the role of the prosecutor, extradition, mutual legal assistance, crime against children, electronic fraud, fraud and corruption, human rights and the prosecutor, combating the threat of global crime, the fight against terrorism, etc., etc. We have had our 15th annual conference in September last year in The Hague, as I told you before, and there were firm plans to hold the 16th annual conference in November 2011 in Santiago de Chile. But due to the sad disaster, the earthquake, which hit Chile, the Prosecutor General of Chile had to cancel this conference. Fortunately, we got an offer from our Korean colleagues, and now the 16th annual conference has been planned for June this year in Seoul, South Korea. Ms. Elizabeth Howe will tell you later on more about this great event. The regional conferences bring together colleagues who carry out the regular work of prosecutors and who have probably never met a colleague from another country. Last week I was in Jakarta, Indonesia, for the 7th IEP Regional Conference for the Asia Pacific and the Middle East. And recently we had our first IEP North American and Caribbean Conference in Bermuda, and our first IEP African Regional Conference in Lagos, Nigeria. And in February this year we had our 11th IEP European Regional Conference in The Hague. As prosecutors, we have to fight criminality, and we have to do so in an efficient and fair manner based on the rule of law. And we are here to examine together how our various prosecution services can fight crime in an effective way. Prosecutors need to look at methods how to serve their own communities the best way, using dynamic and standardized working processes and applying permanent control of the quality of the management of their prosecution services. And they also need to look at the international picture. When I started as a prosecutor more than 30 years ago, it was rather unusual and rather exciting when we had to deal with a criminal from another city. Nowadays, crime is international, and this was a great force behind the founding of our association. What do we do more than those conferences? Well, we produce a newsletter 4 times a year. Hard copies are sent to all members who indicated their wish to receive such a copy. This keeps them up to date with the IEP's activities and also contains articles of interest to prosecutors. The newsletter can also be found on our website. We do operate a state-of-the-art IEP website. This website has an interactive area for members who register through the website and receive a password. It also hosts the automated memberships registration and payment system. And the annual individual membership dues are only $40 a year. It's updated almost every week, this website, and it's a real treasure house for prosecutors. And there are 3,000 hits every month, and 10,000 of pages are being downloaded. And now we are working on a Russian website, French website, an Arabic website. We got an offer from the Argentinians and from Spain to work on, together with us, on a Spanish website. And maybe this conference will be also the start of a Portuguese website. On our website you can also visit the GPEN area. What is GPEN? GPEN is another networking tool of the IEP. It stands for the Global Prosecutors E-Crime Network. The origins of the GPEN initiative lie in the UK's developing strategy to combat high-tech crime and in activities within the Crown Prosecution Service of England and Wales. All prosecutors now have to face growing numbers of cases where computers or other electronic devices are used as a crime tool. For example, the distribution of child pornography cases where computers are the target hacking of crime, identity theft, etc., etc. GPEN was designed to be a solution to some of the high-tech crime prosecution problems that UK, United Kingdom prosecutors were experiencing in practice. And those issues are not confined to the UK. However, and being anxious to share and also to learn from others, the CPS, the Crown Prosecution Service, an IEP organizational member, approached the IEP with a view to establishing a global network of e-crime specialists. And the IEP has enthusiastically embraced the prospects. And GPEN is managed by a 10-member development board, being a selection of appropriately experienced prosecutors from all parts of the globe. And also there is a member from Brazil. She is sitting there, Carla de Carli. She is a member of the developing board of GPEN. GPEN can be seen as the main vehicle to promote training, heighten awareness, disseminate information, facilitate communication, spread good practice, and link prosecutors with industry in the area of e-crime. Briefly, the idea for GPEN to provide password access on the IEP website for all IEP members, individual members and authorized officers of organizational members, to a secure system through which they can enhance international cooperation in the e-crime area of member countries, reduce duplication of training and realize significant cost savings, as countries will no longer need to devise their own training material from scratch, develop appropriate training courses to train prosecutors who will be able to train their colleagues, encourage the sharing of best practices and dissemination of lessons learned, improve the exchange of crucial information and data quickly and efficiently, especially in relation to crimes with an inter-jurisdictional dimension, and encourage all jurisdictions to develop a coordinated approach for dealing with e-crime that supports effective prosecutions and promotes principles of the Council of Europe's Cybercrime Convention. The GPEN website has been active and in operation since April 2009, and new material is being posted online. And all material listed can be used by members free of copyright. And each IEP member organization has been invited to nominate at least one prosecutor to be registered with GPEN as a contact point for that country for queries, enquiries and requests for e-crime advice. We have also on our website the Forum for International Criminal Justice. It is accessible via the IEP website. It's a forum for prosecutors dealing with war crimes and crimes against humanity. You must be a member, you got to use a password, and it's possible as an individual member, but also as an organizational member. Mr. Chair, ladies and gentlemen, again, I want to thank you for the opportunity to tell you something about our organization. And I hope that it's also your organization, or that it will become your organization. Individual membership costs you only $40 a year, and our communication manager, Janne Holst-Hübner, who is sitting here on the first row, we always say the tall, blonde woman from Denmark, is very willing to register you, and that's possible right now, right here. I thank you very much for your attention, and I wish you again a good and fruitful